Laura was 5 years old. Her father abandoned her family, pursuing a woman much younger than her mother. Laura's mother had to work hard to keep up the household. Laura spent much of her time at a daycare center while her mother bore herself with 2 jobs. Laura frequently heard her mother complain about the lack of money, so Laura began to fear the future. She feared her mother would just leave as her father had. She was afraid of losing her house, her room, her life. She was unable to relax. She continually felt that a disaster was about to happen. Simply put, she was unable to control her negative thought patterns. 2 years filled with an overwhelming routine caused Laura's mother to pay a high price. A serious disease overtook her, and she passed away a few months later. Once again, Laura was abandoned, and her insecurity reached alarming levels. Adopted by a great aunt, Laura grew up without the warmth of her mother's love and the protection of her father. She was afraid of everything, especially the future. Welcome again to the second presentation on the series The Power of Hope, presented by A Voice to the World. In this presentation, we are going to look at the title, Anxiety Excess Future. Now come with me as we uniquely dissect and analyze the topic of anxiety while drawing critical lessons from the life of a young lady named Laura. Now, to start with, the big question is, what is anxiety? How do we prevent and overcome anxiety? Some say that anxiety is excess future, depression is excess past, and stress is excess present. Imagine someone having all these excess. Wow, it's quite something. To understand, anxiety is a feeling of unease, fear, or worry that can be experienced by anyone at any point in their lives. Anxiety becomes a problem when it becomes excessive, persistent, and interferes daily activities and overall well-being. Now, how do we prevent and overcome this anxiety? Number one, talk about your problems. Have a friend, have someone you can share your problems with. Number two, we practice relaxation. Relaxation accompanies all forms of anxiety, and it is essential to know how to relax in a systematic and habitual way. Number three, use breathing as a means to avoid tension. Surprising how some simple breaks and deep breathing exercises can actually provide calmness in an anxious or languishing situation, thereby avoiding complications. The next point is eat properly. Research shows that avoiding low blood sugar and eating a breakfast that actually includes protein helps you to maintain a biochemical balance of the body and actually prevents thoughts that bring about worry. Therefore, eat healthy food and begin the day with good breakfast. Next point is that find support groups. These are groups of people with similar problems. In many cities, there are organized therapy groups. In this context, you will learn much through the experience of others, and they can understand your difficulties as well. Now, to the big solution, divine therapy. Anxiety often stems from fearing the unknown. Now, look, Laura learns that only God knows the future, leading her to place faith and trust in the Almighty who loves and protects her. Here are the 3 aspects of this divine therapy. Number one is the individual aspect. The individual needs to influence his or her life, taking time to reflect that life is not summed up in being born, living, and dying, understanding God's plan for eternal salvation, gaining a long-term perspective. Use strength-filled verses like for immediate assistance, such as 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. That is Psalm 91 verse 7. The other one is the social aspect. God intervenes through community worship, words of others, and examples set by people. The third one is the divine aspect. Build an intimate relationship with God through prayer. Share fears, doubts, and express gratitude. Sincere prayer fosters trust, strengthening faith and reducing anxiety. Now, here is the sum of the big solution. Talk about Bible solution. Now, promise in the cosmos. Amid his cosmic uncertainties, Noah embarked on a cosmic revelation journey, discovering the magnificent promise of Christ's return, a celestial spectacle as revealed in verses like John chapter 14, verse 1 to 3. Laura, feeling abandoned by both her earthly and heavenly fathers, learned that God always supported her. This applies to everyone. Your bad childhood doesn't define God. Laura found peace knowing God loves her. She realized she needed to forgive her dad and treat others better. Divine therapy began, planting seeds of forgiveness and compassion in her heart.